Hi everyone. I've been thinking about sharing something else today. Woke up this morning feeling, quite settled, but a little bit annoyed with what's been going on in the media over the last few days. Not that I actually read the newspapers or watch the news, but it's all over Facebook. This incident, I'm not going to sort of give all the details again, but the incident that's happened in Manchester, there are a lot of questions raised when these things happen, and one of the main ones for me is, why are there so many people still following mainstream stuff, mainstream anything, to be honest. Something on my lip. Because it's very clear to me, and I'm not a musician, that mainstream music is manipulating the public. You know, it's just really clear. I hear some of the things that my son listens to, and I can't help but voice what I'm feeling from the music and what I'm hearing from it, because it affects me and I can't listen to it. I actually just have to switch it off. Right, I want to get to the point here. I don't just want to start talking about loads of different things, but I think it's time that everybody started to move away from, societal norms, if you like, because it's very clear that there's a lot of underhand things going on. The circumstances surrounding what's happened in Manchester, it's all very strange, in my opinion. I also didn't feel... I'm a very sensitive person. I often feel all sorts of things that are going on in the world. It could be any time of the day or night, and things will wake me up, or I will just have like a download of universal information about something that's going on, and I didn't get that with what's just happened. I actually felt really empowered yesterday, and very much centered in a place of love and peace, which is quite unusual considering the scale of what's occurred. But really, this is a call to everyone to wake up, for everyone to start to search within themselves for what is real, what is true, and discern between what is being said, what's being shared, what we're being told, what we're being shown, what's being broadcast, through the media, and what is behind those things. What forces are behind that manipulation. It's very clear that a lot of the big industries, the music industry, is manipulating people, and I really had this message clear somehow, and it's not coming out as clear as I wanted it to be. I think the main thing is that we just go into our hearts and start to really align ourselves with what is real and what is true, and discern, and stop following everything that, stop following music just because it's popular, stop listening to the news and TV and reading the paper and stuff. All that stuff is It's programming for the mind. You know, we are these fragile human beings. We're very fragile. We're fragile human beings, but we're also incredibly powerful. And most of us don't realise, you know, there's a lot of people that don't realise their own power, their uniqueness, their gifts that they can bring to this world. And in our fragility, we often mistake the sources around us of the power that, you know, that. But it's not. The power is within us. And as we awaken and as we change and as we wake up, and we align ourselves with that power, we can really make a difference. I'm not sure how my signal is. Can someone let me know, because it keeps going in and out of signal. I don't even know if this is working properly. Thank you. So my point is, I'm going to get to this point. We are fragile in our bodies, but we are spirit and we are powerful. And each one of us is unique, each one of us is needed, each one of us can make a difference. And something is interfering with this broadcast. It's really, really strange. I keep going to say something and then I get distracted because the screen is going crazy. Must be the energy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys can see it as well or feel it. So I'm going to repeat what I just said because I don't know if you heard it. We're fragile human beings in a body. We often look to other sources around us for leadership, power, you know, people worship all kinds of things, people, and, well, I'll leave that all to your understanding. But what is really important, what we need to do, is to bring it back to ourselves, to look within for guidance, to look within for the truth, and to bring ourselves into the present moment, what is unchanging, what is always present, what doesn't come and go. Search within yourself for what doesn't come and go, for what is aware of the awareness. And let's become more aware of what is happening in the world. There is, in my understanding, a divide happening. I'm all about oneness and connection. And I know that the oneness is what connects us all. But there is a divide happening in the world right now. And you only have to look at the media to see what is happening. We are being continuously manipulated to think a certain way, behave a certain way, separate ourselves, see ourselves as separate, and also to tap into this idea of fear. It is an idea, of course, it is a concept, and that's the whole thing. All these concepts and beliefs and ideas we have are coming from the mind, and the mind is what is creating the darkness. And the people who behave in a way that is not from a space of oneness, that is not from a space of compassion, that is not from a space of love, are lost in the concepts of the mind. And they have been manipulated. They are probably suffering from some kind of trauma themselves. God bless them all, but they are probably suffering from some kind of trauma which has allowed them to be manipulated by people, by circumstances. And when someone feels separate, and like they don't fit in, and maybe they've been bullied or they've been abused, they can easily become a target, you know. And these people who are behaving in these ways, which are unkind, uncompassionate, unloving, and very much from a place of fear and separation, they are lost. They are lost in their minds. They are lost in a world of ideas, beliefs, concepts, imaginings. And the treasure that they seek is outside of themselves. The happiness that they seek is outside of themselves. Now, when we leave this body, we can't take anything outside of ourselves with us, for obvious reasons. This world is a projection from inside. The way we see the world is because of what we are on the inside. And when we're vulnerable, as we're fragile, as we awaken, we are fragile, of course we are. We also become mirrors for others. So this can occasionally make us targets for others to see who they are. And a lot of people, when they see their reflection, they don't like what they're seeing. And going back to what I was saying, these people who are committing these crimes against humanity, because it is a crime against humanity. None of us want war. You speak to people in the street, they do not want war. They are not interested in killing people or causing trouble or anything. The majority of people are uninterested in that. So we have to, it begs the question, who is creating this and on whose behalf? And why is it still happening? And what can we do about it? What I believe we can do about it is awaken and make that the focus of everything. That we heal the split within us. If we heal ourselves, we love ourselves deeply and learn to love ourselves and others and see the world as one, then we shine the light that we are into the world and we help to ignite the beacon of light in others. And this is the shift. This is the raising of consciousness. This is the birthing of the new earth. And the majority of us want this. This is what we want. We want to live in a place of utopia. We want to live in a place of love. We want to live in a place where we get on with our brothers and sisters, where we get on with our neighbours, where we get on with everyone. That is what we want. We don't want fighting. We don't need war, but we have to heal those things inside of ourselves. Because whilst we are at war with our own minds, there will always be war in the world, because it is a projection from inside of us. So the more of us that wake up, the more of us that dedicate our lives to awakening and truth and presence and being here now in this moment, fully aligned with source energy, consciousness, then there is the possibility for something else. Because right now what I'm feeling is humanity is under threat. The ability to live in a body is becoming under threat. If we carry on the way we are going, there's going to be cataclysmic situations. There already has been plenty. I mean, we've had the warnings. You know, Mother Earth has been giving us warnings. Warning after warning after warning. Like, you guys wake up or I'm going to shake you up. That's what all the earthquakes are about. We have to get real. We all live on this planet. There isn't another planet to go to that I'm aware of. Not in this body anyway. We all live here, so why are we fighting between ourselves? We absolutely must focus on healing ourselves within, on healing our relationships. We absolutely must focus on what's important. We must focus on stepping out of the mind into the space of presence, into meditation, which is our natural state of being before we were conditioned, before we had all this programming happening from the day we were born. We must come back. We need to come back to our natural state of being. And the more of us that do this, the more of us that commit our lives to this, the bigger the waves of change. And you know, there are lots of different ways for this to happen. Yoga is spreading like wildfire, and it's spreading not just because it's yoga, but because it is a practice of meditation, which is helping people to bring themselves into a space of silence and truth without the mind present, without all the concepts of the mind, without the constructs of the mind. And this brings us automatically into a space of peace, because it's only when the mind is going crazy with the thoughts that the peace, we can't see the peace, but the peace is always there. And when we are able to soothe the mind, clear the mind, stop the mind, then we move into a space of harmony and rest, and actually a very deep love and gratitude for everything. Imagine a world where people are living from that place every day, where more and more people are waking up to that truth. How then is it possible for any wars? How then are people not going to get on with each other? Where then is the ego? And I'm not saying get rid of your ego, no, I do not think that way. But the ego subsides. The ego subsides as we connect with the meditation that we are, as we connect with the truth of who we are. The ego becomes less and less of an issue. It's not about getting rid of anything. It's not about fighting within ourselves. It's about bringing ourselves into balance, bringing ourselves into a place of love and sharing that with others. And being love in every moment, being awake in every moment, now, here, where it matters. So all these incidents that go on all around the world, it is because people see themselves as separate, because they don't believe they are worthy of love, because they have been abused, mistreated, because they have been in trauma. We must create a world, and it starts with each one of us. Each one of us can make a difference. We must create the world we want to see. And we have to be the change. I've said this before, Gandhi's words. We have to be the change we want to see. And we have to dedicate our lives to that change. So this is a call out to the universe, to all light workers everywhere. And maybe those who are curious about spirituality, about truth, to start to dig deep within themselves. To start to find what is real and what is true, and to live from that place and to share from that place. And everything that I'm creating, all my events, my groups, my women's groups, everything that I am doing for the purpose of serving humanity, because I know we have reached a critical point where more and more people need to wake up. It's essential that they wake up. It's becoming essential. It's the evolution of humanity, is that we wake up now. Because there is no other planet for us to go to, and we need to transcend this old world that has been created here. We need to transcend the 3-dimension and bring love. But we also need to take action. I'm not just talking about sitting at home, meditating. We need to take action. We need to be gathering together in festivals, at events where we raise the vibration of the planet, where we raise our own vibration so that we can live in our lives, experience life as life, which of course we already are, from a place of empowerment, integrity, truth, love, awakening, awareness and connection. So it's important that we don't forget the power that we have within us. And that we all, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, I really want to encourage you to search deep within yourself. And if any one of you would like to contact me, please feel free to connect with me if you want to come to one of my groups or events. I'm very happy to serve you and support you on your journey of awakening. Well, it's been an interesting connection. There's been some colours flashing in front of the screen and all sorts going on, so I don't know what that's all about. And maybe you could all see it, I don't know. And I can't even see who's watching anymore. Is there anyone still there? It's a strange connection. It's not showing me anything. Hope it's working. So, yes, my message is, it's now time. There's no more time to lose. We need to wake up. Stay awake. Stay focused on what's important. And not fall into any distractions. Much love to you all and many, many blessings. And please feel free to send me a message or write something on this video of your feelings about what I've mentioned. I hope I mentioned everything I wanted to. I don't even know, but I did my best. Much love to you all. Many, many blessings. Namaste, beloveds, every single one of you. You are loved. You are cherished. You are unique. And you are amazing. And never forget that, because it's the truth.